Learning the Pythagorean Theorem, the first thing you need to know when you learn the Pythagorean Theorem is you need to know what the Pythagorean Theorem is, obviously. Pythagorean Theorem is a method developed by Pythagoras that can find the length of a hypotenuse, which is the longest side of a right triangle. Right meaning it has a right angle. This is a right angle right here that we have. Right here. And what it does is it squares numbers and then square roots the answer to them. So in a right triangle we have three parts we need to know. We have our first part, which is A, the shortest side, which is also known as legs. A and B here are both legs. Legs, so leg B and leg A. Leg B is usually the longer one. Then we have C, which is also known as a hypotenuse, also the longest side in a triangle. I know you might think that right here, if I just quickly draw a red line over this hypotenuse, a lot of people think that it's the same length as B, but it's actually a really, really little bit longer. As you can see here, it's just a snippet, not much, just a little bit longer. And Pythagoras developed a way to find the exact length of that side. So, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to make up some number values. Let's say that A was equal to, here was equal to 3, and B here was equal to 5. The Pythagorean theorem is A squared plus B squared equal to C squared. This is the Pythagorean theorem. So squared, first we need to square two numbers. So we need to square 3. Squaring 3 is the same thing as saying 3 times 3. And everybody knows that is equal to 9. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. So we're going to say that we have 9 as one of our equations, which is right here. Same thing we're going to do to 5. 5 squared, 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is equal to 25. Same thing. So now we did A squared plus B squared. We did these two parts right here. And we have to add them. So we didn't add them yet. We only squared them. So we're going to do 9 plus 25. And that would give us 34. And now we have A squared plus B squared is equal to 34. We didn't do the C squared part yet. But 34 is equal to C squared. 34 is not equal to C. Because would that make sense? A is equal to 3 miles, let's say. B is equal to 5 miles, let's say. Would C really be 34 miles long this way? That would not be right. I already showed you how much bigger it was then. How much bigger it really was, so that wouldn't make sense. But the Pythagorean theorem is correct because it said A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. This is a very key term. So the way I find this is do A squared plus B squared, 34, and then find the square root of that. And I know that the square root is not going to work evenly. With 34, it's going to be a really long decimal. So I'm going to really quickly pull up a calculator and do the same, and pull up the same thing. So 34 square root. Alright, we have this giant number right here. I'm only going to take the first 3 digits. So 5.83. Let's say it's 5.83. 5.83. 5.83 would be the length of the hypotenuse. That makes sense. 5, it's only 0.83 bigger of a mile. 0.83 of a mile. Bigger than this. That's how much bigger. Not that much. I already showed you. So that's how the Pythagorean theorem works.